share our own story. In 2006, after years of conflict and so many lives lost to that conflict, Nepal was slowly dreaming of a new beginning. And it was then F1Soft, a company just 2 years in business, saw an ambitious dream. At that time, a newspaper headline said, 60 रुपैयाँको बिल तिर्न 2 दिन हिँडेर सदरमुकाम. So it meant a person in a remote village would walk for 2 days to pay his electricity bill of 60 rupees. So the team at F1Soft, we were determined we would solve this problem. And our small team at that time was dedicated and was assured that we would one day solve this problem. And this problem, it was not just the rural problem or in the remote villages. The problem was real. It was in the urban parts as well. Seeing a long queue at Nepal Telecom, a queue at the electricity office, and queue at the water supply office was normal. People would wait in queues for hours. And if a father in a village had to send money to his son studying in Kathmandu, he'd have to walk for hours to go to the nearest bank to send that money. And we wanted to solve this problem, and this is how esewa was born. In 2008, Nepal was finally announced a Federal Democratic Republic. And Nepal was bracing itself to formally bring to the close a years-long conflict and welcome a new era of political stability and a new wave of development never seen before. This was the same year that we formally launched esewa to the Nepali public. And the struggle for us had just started. Political transition is a tiring process. It took 2 constituent assembly elections and another 8 years for us to announce our new constitution. All our dreams and wishes for the wave of development kept waiting on the sidelines, trying to figure out the perfect day to start. Politics could wait, our political transition could wait, but our problems could not. In 2015, esewa was already serving 3 million customers. We had reached all corners of Nepal. No one had to walk for hours to pay their bills now. No one had to queue up in lines to pay the bills, even in the cities. A father could easily send money to his son or daughter studying in Kathmandu from the comfort of his house with a mobile phone in his hand. That was the day we realized change was possible. We could solve our own problems. If it was small or big, if used to solve a right problem, will bring change. Today, esewa is not the only one in the market. We, along with dozens of other companies, are working together to create a vibrant digital payment ecosystem. It is not just about the company, it has transformed into an industry. We call that the digital payment industry. It is now a digital payment industry. We work together to add new customers to the ecosystem, and we're still working to add new technologies and new customers to this growing ecosystem. In 2018, we launched PhonePe. It is an interoperable mobile payment network. All members, partners of this ecosystem, including banks, payment service providers, payment service operators, are working together to create a retail payment ecosystem to serve 600 small and large and micro SMEs across the country. Today, F1Soft alone helps 60 million customers in Nepal access financial services from the bank, services from the bank accounts through our mobile and internet banking products. Our story is among a few successful examples that went on to become a successful business. There were many more when we started. Everybody was solving a different problem, but on the way, we lost so many. Some companies lost their way because they didn't have enough investment to carry on. Others could not continue because Nepal was not big a market for the ideas to sustain. India and Nepal share open border and we are similar in so many ways. Most of the time, we share the same problem. India has an ever-growing startup ecosystem with brilliant entrepreneurs coming up with amazing ideas every day. Ideas solving the right problems go on to the market, go on to make it big with the support from venture capitalists and investors. We hear of a new unicorn almost every year, every month. Size of the market was never a problem in India. It is now time for us to take advantage of the ecosystem in India. We can learn from India. We could now be reaching out to investors in India. We should start exploring market in India for our ideas. Yes, we know there are so many hurdles when we talk about investments and market cross-border. But smart entrepreneurs can always find a way. Business in two countries can partner in so many ways. One such example, PhonePe is currently working with NPCI. A seamless cross-border payment is just around the corner. We can just imagine how many people are going to benefit from this both in India and Nepal. Summits like this help in bringing ideas together and foster partnerships. We still have so many problems. Thousands of youths are still leaving the country for better opportunities abroad. They rely on layers and layers of middlemen, borrow money from personal lenders at excessive interest rates, and when they finally land in a foreign job, it's time for them to send money. They're paying excessive fees. And some of them, just to save the fees and make some extra income in exchange rates, are using unofficial channels to send the money back. This puts the money at risk and is a huge loss to our economy. Farmers in Nepal lose in millions every year due to floods, landslides, and diseases. And we've not yet been able to reach match insurance to their needs. And small enterprises in Nepal still have no access to formal financial services. They're still taking loans at excessive rates to expand their business. Leaving these problems alone would be unfair to the people. All these problems are waiting for an entrepreneur to work on. We want the solutions here and now. This can bring meaningful change to the lives of so many. If we find solutions to these problems, I am sure India shares the same problem to some extent, which means business can also grow in India. If someone in India has already worked on it, we can learn and partner in Nepal. This is how we will continue to be good neighbors. Let's work together for a better future and improve the lives of people in both countries. In the end, I'd like to congratulate the organizers and wish them all the success. Thank you.